Hi everyone, welcome to the Decent Trader Sessions. I'm Philip Swift. Thanks for joining. So each week we share an on-chain or market cycle indicator and explain how it can give you a bit of an edge in the Bitcoin market. Now, if it's the first time here for you, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Please hit the like button, as that really helps us as we're trying to grow this channel. We really do appreciate that, so thank you for doing that. Nothing I say today is financial advice. It's for educational purposes only. Right then, so this week we're going to do something a little bit different. Actually, we're not going to be looking at just one indicator. What we're going to do is look at several live charts to give you a very brief overview of the current state of the market. And to help us to do that, we're going to be using this new KPI dashboard that we've just launched at Decent Trader. We're the first to do this on the market, so you can't get this anywhere else. So we're really excited about it. We've had some amazing feedback on it so far. So what is it? Well, the KPI dashboard is a really simple and very effective tool to give you an overview of where Bitcoin is in its current market cycle. And to do that, it gives us a really quick, easy to understand snapshot across all the key indicators, including market cycle indicators here in the first section, on-chain indicators here in the second section, and then we also look at some shorter term signals and then also some broad network health metrics. Today I'm going to focus on the first two sections, which really show us very quickly and very easily where Bitcoin roughly is in its current market cycle. So you can see each of the indicators. You'll recognize some of these names here if you've been following the channel for a little while. Is down the side, and then what we have, we've put them into a 0 to 100 scale. So 0 is at the start of the market cycle, so this would be the lows in the cycle, and then 100 is when the market is starting to get overheated. So this is why this is such an effective tool for allocating capital to Bitcoin. So it is built to help you with your investment strategy, plus also give you market context if you're a trader of Bitcoin, because you'll understand roughly where are we in the cycle and how should I be allocating capital. Is it time for me to be cashing out, or actually is it time for me to be allocating more capital to Bitcoin if I have a long-term view? So that's the concept behind it. And if we scan through, what you can roughly see is the scores down the side here. You can roughly see that actually we're still quite early on in the market cycle, on average probably around the 25 mark, so still very early days in the market cycle. Different indicators will be slightly ahead of others at different times because of how they are calculated, but let's dive into a couple and see what they're showing us. So let's start with a nice easy one, the investor tool. So if you've followed this channel for a while, this was the first indicator we covered. It's a really simple indicator for Bitcoin to tell us where we are in the cycle. So it uses a 2-year moving average, the green line for Bitcoin. So that green line you can see there, is the 2-year moving average throughout Bitcoin's history. And it uses a ×5 multiple of the values of that 2-year moving average, which is the red line. So the red line values are ×5 the values of the green line, which you can see there. When it's about $5 there, it's about $25 up there. Okay, so what this indicator does for us very cleanly is it highlights the troughs of the market, so the depths of the bear market when price dips underneath into the green zone, and then also the tops of the market as well. You can see at the final stages of the bull cycle. Now, in terms of our KPI dashboard, when price is touching the green line, that would be a 0. So obviously it spends some time at 0 when we're in the real depths of the bear market, and then it's 100 when we hit the red line. Okay, so when that KPI dashboard for this indicator is flashing 100, what it's saying is the market is starting to get overheated. It's not calling the top of the market. That's not the purpose of this indicator. It's just saying we're in the very final stages, that blow off top stage. Where are we now? Well, you can see we are racing up. We're about halfway, probably not quite halfway, on this indicator. We've probably got a score of about 40 on the dashboard. I think it was when we last looked at it a moment ago, and we are racing up as we head further and further into this bull market. So all signs suggest that things are looking very healthy for Bitcoin at the moment, because we are pulling away from this green line, and I personally don't think we're going to touch this green line now before we hit this red line. Okay, so I am expecting us to spend a good, probably about another 9 months at least in between these two lines before we end up touching this red line. And for now, we've obviously had a big upsurge the past few weeks, which has meant we've pushed up towards the middle of the range. Now, what I do expect, as we've seen in the other cycles, is when we get up to this red line, we will have further upside to go. And you can see that that red line is now starting to turn up and heading towards the 100k mark. And I suspect we'll probably start tapping that red line as we approach 100k this cycle. So that is the Bitcoin Investor tool. If you've been following me on Twitter, a tool that I've been talking about a lot the past couple of days is the golden ratio multiplier. We covered it in a recent video here, and just to recap, you can read all about it here or watch one of the videos in the channel, but it shows us when Bitcoin is overextended in its market cycle bull run. Okay, so if we just zoom into the last market cycle, 2017-2018, zoom in a bit more, what you can see here is how price, the white line, tapped these lines several times when it was and therefore acting as resistance. This red line you can see acting as resistance on several occasions, and then in a later stage of the bull cycle, it was the purple line that was acting as resistance. So this time around, because of how this indicator works, it moves down each Fibonacci line each cycle. So this cycle, I'm expecting the price top for Bitcoin to be in when price is around the same level as this purple line. So what we're seeing right now, because we're in the bull run, is that price is trying to catch up with that purple line. But as it does so, you can see that the purple line starts to tick upwards. Now, that's where I'm expecting price to top out. And on the KPI dashboard, that would be where we get a score of 100 on this indicator. In the short term, however, I am expecting us to rally up to the region of this red line here, which is the 350 DMA times 2. Now that's currently just over $19,000. I expect by the time that price catches up with it, as we continue to rally today, over $17,000, I do expect it to be over $20,000, probably in the region of $22,000 to $24,000 if we get there in the coming weeks. And then I would expect a bit of a pullback like we saw in the last cycle when price first started tapping that red line. So all looks very bullish, both in the short term on that indicator and also further out as well, suggesting that we've still got a good way to go in this cycle. All right, one last chart for you guys, and I'm going to look at the 1 year Hodder Wave indicator. So you can see that indicator on the KPI dashboard was actually quite a low score, still in the high teens. And the reason for that is because this indicator, so just to recap, this is the 1 year Hodder Wave indicator, and this shows us the percentage of all Bitcoin in existence, the percentage of those that have not moved on chain for at least 1 year. Okay, so they have been dormant, they have not moved from one wallet to another wallet, and that therefore gives us an indication of the percentage of people who are hodling for that amount of time. Now obviously it can also include coins that are lost, but it gives us a pretty good indication as to the extent to which people are hodling. And what you can see is that there is this inverse relationship with price in Bitcoin bull cycles. So in the last Bitcoin bull cycle, you saw as price rallied, the amount of hodlers slowly decreased and then rapidly decreased towards the end of the market cycle. And the reason for that is because hodlers who bought and held in the early stages of the bull market and also in the bear market are starting to realize their profits as price increases, and so those coins are no longer being held for more than a year because they're being cashed out and moving to another wallet, and so therefore we see this percentage decrease. And what we saw last cycle is it went from around 61% down to a bottom of about 41%. So this cycle we saw the high was 63. I'd expect the low to be around 45% this time. So on our KPI dashboard, the 0 is from this level here, and the 100 will be when the 1 year Hodder Wave is down to a level of around 45%. Okay, so when this orange line gets down to this level here, the KPI dashboard will be flashing 100 for this indicator, and I strongly suspect we will be very close to Bitcoin topping out this cycle, which I do believe will be above 100k this time around. Okay, so that's it today, guys. I like to keep these videos really short and snappy for you, but hopefully you found that useful. If you do want to learn more or use this tool and a whole bunch of other tools, whether you're a trader or investor, then head over to decenttrader.com, and actually we have a Black Friday deal at the moment where we are giving 30% off to the annual packages, so for the club and VIP package. So do go and check that out on decenttrader.com, and we're going to put the Black Friday deal coupon in the notes of this video, so check that out. All you need to do is type in Black Friday when you purchase Decent Trader Club annual package or the VIP annual package. Just put Black Friday in the checkout coupon when you check out, and you get 30% off these packages where you're already getting a pretty good saving. So that's it, guys. Hope you found this video useful. Check out the Black Friday deal whilst we still have spaces available, because it is a really good deal, and I will see you next time.